So
All
because
right.
the two of us will probably be able to kind of whip through this agenda in 30 minutes, I bet.
Totally.
So Sylvia, it's nice to meet you, at least virtually. I know we talked on the phone last week, but I was excited to be able to have you come today, actually. So I was hoping that there would be more members here, because the amount of resources that you sort of offered last week were fantastic. So thank you for all of that. And I thought we could just kind of whip through this agenda. And then there were a couple of things. There was actually something that you mentioned that I thought was a good point in regards to doing some sort of a Wakefield Pride Day and the timing around it. So I wanted to bring that up, and what we can do is we'll also bring it up during our typical Wakefield HRC meeting when it comes to the date. So just kind of a recap of the Pride flag raising. It was great to have so many people show up.
There were so many people. It was really good.
It was really fantastic. And I was so proud of the amount of people. And we had my son's baseball team came, and they were all so excited to be there. And it was
I saw them.
It was just great. It was nice to have everybody there. So I think for next year, let's hope that maybe we start planning a little bit earlier, and we have more of a Pride flag raising day, hopefully. But overall, it's really great. So some follow-ups to our last meeting. We were hoping that we would do sort of a Facebook book reading like they have in months past. I think we'll still do that. And maybe we will be able to do it by Zoom, actually, where if family members are interested, they can sort of jump on Zoom, read as a family or a community, and then we can record it and then post it on Facebook. So we'll find out. That might be the easiest solution.
That's definitely one of the easiest. I think the one challenge, so if it's being recorded, we just have to make sure that people know that, who are just observing, like who are just watching, and like have them turn their cameras off or whatever.
Yeah. And if it's like this meeting, right, all of our meetings are recorded. If we have, like, if your family decides that they'd like to read a book, we jump on Zoom. I do wonder, and I'll find out if you don't necessarily need to post it to the community, if it's just a one-on-one situation, but I'll find out more. And then we've already started to post some historical profiles on our Facebook, which is great.
Love that. That was great.
Daniela put together a huge list, and it was nice to start to see them. So I think throughout the whole month, we'll be able to do that. And then for, we talked a little bit about the week of Juneteenth and how to celebrate that. And instead of it being just during the week, we decided to pepper in a good amount of sort of BIPOC, LGBTQIA individuals in those profiles. And I think
especially since
Yeah.
Stonewall was started.
Right.
We so often the people immediately go to like the Harvey Milks, who are also amazing, but like we owe so much to Black and brown trans, often sex workers, like, you know, who then have become still marginalized, even though they were really the foremothers of the movement.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we're sort of celebrating it on our own, which I think
totally
is the right thing. And then more to come with the Pride or the Juneteenth flag raising. I think that'll probably come out in the next week or so.
I had not realized that Massachusetts actually finally declared Juneteenth to be a state holiday. That's
great.
A long time coming, but great.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then, so for Wakefield Pride Day, you know, you made a good point around the timing of it. And I actually think we were sort of quick to say, like, let's pick the 12th because it was sort of the middle of the month. But now, you know, we also have an HRC meeting on the 15th. And so if we can sort of run by them a date of the 26th, this is probably a little more low key than what we would hope to plan in the future. But more of like a sharing. I think you and I sort of spoke about it, but sharing, images from, your home, your community, chalking up your sidewalks, maybe asking the businesses to do that as well. And then, sharing Yana's artwork in their windows as well. So, maybe the 26th would be a better idea.
Yeah, and I think actually, what's cool about that is when North Shore Pride was supposed to be this year. They are hoping to be able to have an in-person thing in September now.
I heard about that yesterday.
But
yeah,
but they postponed. So it's kind of nice, like it's like the space was held.
Yeah, so we can sort of fill it up that way. So
yeah,
my plan was to put together a flyer. So I'll do that in the next few days and then share that with everyone. And maybe we have like a tentative date on the 26th. And we ask people to, send their photos to the Facebook page, and then we can post them with their permission. And nice. I think it'll be nice. It'll be a nice way to see the community kind of get together without us really being together too much.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So those were sort of my updates and takeaways. I think we've got the ball rolling, which is really nice. I think one other thing is I spoke to the library to see if there was a way for us to sort of coordinate some sort of a reading or an in-library event. And obviously they need to schedule events months in advance, but also with the timing of the library opening, it was just kind of clunky. But they're putting together an additional list of readings for us. So
yeah,
once
they actually already have, it wasn't really labeled as such, but there was, if you're in the children's library area, like right across from where the librarians sit, there's already a display of books there, and which was great. Because I got to go into the library.
I know, it's so exciting. I know. It's
and
so
I was,
nice
of course,
to be in
going in to pick
again.
up a stack like this of Pride-related kids books.
Yeah, awesome. So that's great. So I feel like we've got a good amount of things just kind of happening. There's also a community group that joined our last HRC meeting, and they are working to bring diverse books into the schools.
Oh, who's that?
And so if that's something that you're interested in, I'll try and make a connection.
Yeah,
with you
that would be great, because especially where we will have a child in the schools starting in the fall. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So Sunday night they had a meeting. They're going to follow up with me this week to say like what they need help from for the HRC. But in the meantime, maybe I can connect you with them as well.
Yeah, that would be great.
Great.
And I would immediately think for them, if they haven't already been in touch with Whitelam Books in Reading, that they should. We did a fundraiser with Whitelam for Nagley, like when they first opened.
Great.
And Liz Whitelam is just so great. And it's nice to support a locally owned, woman-owned business.
It's nice to just go in a bookstore.
Yeah.
The smell, it's all of those things. So that's great.
Yeah. So, and actually, and also Copper Dog Books in Beverly is also doing a fundraiser for Nagley this month. And they're also a locally owned, woman-owned business.
That's awesome. So. Okay. And I'll add that to our notes too.
Yeah.
Cool. Was there anything that you were hoping that we would sort of bring up, or anything that you're like, let's cover this as well, or any ideas?
I think so. I think for this odd year where it's hard to know what anyone can do, I think this is kind of a good level of stuff. And then I think the question becomes, at what point, like, I guess, what are all of the town's timelines for thinking about if we want to ramp things up for next year? What's the timeline on that, right? Like, how far back do we need to start to get things? Well, and also I think, as wonderful as it is to celebrate Pride Month, like what is the town doing throughout the year? And I think, for example, the getting diverse books into the schools and promoting things like that. What is the town doing throughout the year to be an overtly welcoming community?
Yeah.
And especially thinking about, you know, kids starting school and I mean, it was really great to hear from the school committee at the Pride, at the flag raising, like that, you know, I think making sure that we're really being overtly welcoming, especially to youth, is really
right.
You know, it's so key.
For sure. In talking with, I messaged back and forth with the advisor for the GSA at the high school. And I think timing for them, they're just like, okay, we just got kids back.
God, they're just trying to survive to the end of the school year.
Like, and I don't blame them even a little bit. It was more of like we're here, just so you know, like if there's something that we can do. And so I think to your point, like next year, let's hope that we're in a better place and we're starting in February, March, you know, having ongoing conversations so that we're including the community and the kids are there. And but yeah, it's great to see the school committee. It's great to see their sort of acceptance and their availability and participation. And it's so important. So yeah, so I think probably further conversation.
It's literally a matter of life and death for LGBTQ youth to have supportive schools. Like it's you know, it's not just nice to have.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. 100 years ago when I went to high school, it was definitely a different situation. So.
Yeah. Though my high school did have a GSA, but almost every person in the GSA who was in fact gay was closeted.
Right.
So outside the GSA, everyone thought it was just a bunch of straight people talking to each other.
Right. Yeah.
So
hopefully we've come further.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I think so. But
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, people are feeling comfortable to come out younger and younger and younger, and that's so great.
Right. It's so good. So more to come with that. It would be great for us to continue to have these conversations and see what more we could be doing.
Yeah. I should be able to easily pull up one thing to think, you know, the sort of what happens throughout the year thing is there are like visibility days and visibility weeks for various slices of the LGBTQ community. And it would be cool to just do like a one-day post on those throughout the year to be like, hey, it's Bi Visibility Day, you know, it's Trans Visibility Day. And I actually have those listed. I just need to update them for the rest of this year, but I have those as part of my advertising for my own projects. So I can easily pull up that list.
Oh, that'd be
update it and send it out.
That'd be super helpful. Okay. Awesome. I'll add it to our list. Cool. All right. Well, look at how much you and I have accomplished.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. I'll get that date list. I can actually do that right now. And then while I'm thinking about it.
That's great. Okay. We will post this. I'll share the notes so everybody can see them. And then we'll go from there. Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah. You know, connecting people with things and being a resource for things is what I do. I'm a communicator and an educator at heart. So that's
we need more of you in our lives.
That's what I do.
That's great.
I mean, like for June, for my own personal Facebook page, I'm doing a post every weekday supporting an organization that is working to promote trans rights in one of the states where rights are being attacked.
Oh, wow.
And like every June, I do an educational series on my own personal Facebook page. So this is just part of who I am.
I'm gonna find you on Facebook so I can follow you.
Totally.
That's great.
I'm pretty easy to find. There aren't that many Sylvias out there.
No. Awesome. All right. Well, Sylvia, thank you so much for doing this. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
See you soon.